It's a short video on transfer to hospital, how to protect ourselves and our clients. So quite often hospitals are taking action either with the regulator or even criminal action against midwives that work outside the system. Now, some midwives work for the system, they may work at a birth centre, but particularly I'm focused on home birth. And when there's a need to transfer, lack of progress, something simple and relatively innocent, or is there some complication and you need urgent help? That's the more difficult one. So the main thing is to think about communication. Do we need to protect our communication? Do we want to give all the information or just some of it? Can the women and their families give their own information, for example? Now, bearing in mind the information belongs to the women, when we're asked for our notes as an independent midwife, we don't have to give them. We can give a summary like an S-bar, that's situation, background, assessment, recommendation. It could be a one-page with a few brief notes on it, and hand that over, have a copy for ourselves, get a copy or a signature from the person receiving it with their name and their role, anybody witnessing this, because later, could be years later, there are allegations that there was either a bad handover, no handover, or even a hostile handover. The hostile handover is often happening when a midwife is saying, oh no, the woman doesn't want X, Y, Z. And they're saying, oh, you're being difficult, telling us, the hospital, what we should do. No, you're just saying what the woman has told you, and she's happy for you to share that information. So I do see cases, both regulatory, civil cases, but in addition, sometimes criminal cases where the hospital are calling the police saying there's somebody practicing outside the guidelines, as if that's illegal, when in fact the midwife is respecting the woman's choices. This even extends to doulas, traditional birth attendants, and lay midwives, traditional midwives, whatever we want to call them. Indigenous, that's the other word. And we all need to protect ourselves, and that's with documentation, evidence, sometimes audio, sometimes video. Sorry, can you just repeat what's your name and your role, and can you say to camera that you've received this handover? Of course, they may not agree to that, but you could do it anyway, and consider whether you need people's consent, because you're just simply practicing defensively, which is an unfortunate situation. And in society now, not only do the police have body cameras, the supermarket workers do. So it's becoming a surveillance state, and we can use some of that to our advantage to document clearly what we've done that was reasonable and safe. That's all we have to show, that we're reasonable and safe. But when people start making allegations of X, Y, Z, we have to know what those allegations are, who's making those accusations, and to defend ourselves, the more information we get at a handover, the better it is.